10 illustration rares to buy in this current market dip. In case you've been living under a rock the last 3 to 4 weeks, a lot of singles and some sealed included has actually retracted in price a little bit. Perhaps a little bit of a market correction, perhaps a little bit of a summer slump. There's plenty of words we could call it. The fact of the matter is some things have pulled back in price. So the big question is, should you even buy anything during a dip? And my answer would be, well and truly yes. And here's a couple of reasons behind it. I mean, the first one is like, if something retracts from $100 a card to $80 a card, it's retracted in price 20%. If it does that in a week or a fortnight, that's a pretty drastic retraction in price. And then if your $80 that you buy into that card goes back up to $100, you've had a 25% increase in price. Like, there's some very simple maths there. And you know what? It seems as soon as there's a little bit of fear amongst the market, people start to panic sell a little bit. People start to, dump off some assets. I've even had people offer to me on, email, etc., even the collector inbox, like, are you willing to buy some of my cards? Are you willing to buy some of my sealed collectibles? And, it's been a while since anyone's offered anything like that because the market's been so hot, people have been riding the wave up. So during a dip, it's actually a fantastic time to buy. And here's 10 illustration rares that I think you should pick up during this dip. The first one, Tyranitar from Powder Evolved. It is currently $75. It is retracted back in price a little bit. This is the Godzilla of Tyranitars, isn't it? Literally looking like Godzilla on this card. Powder Evolved has some fantastic illustration rares. It's a shame there's not some better special illustration rares inside this set. I've said 100 times on these videos, and apologies if you've watched them all of you and you've heard me say it that many times, but I just wish it had a few more strong hitting special illustration rares, and it would have made Powder Evolved one of the greatest sets we've seen in quite some time. Imagine if it had a special illustration rare Gyarados, and imagine if Shinji Kanda was given the license to do that card. Magikarp and Gyarados, both done by Shinji Kanda in a similar vein. That would have been absolutely phenomenal. Imagine if Tyranitar was a special illustration rare, maybe perhaps a little bit harder to pull. Maybe if the Raichu was a special illustration rare, maybe if there was some other slightly better chase cards inside this set, it would have meant bigger and better things for Powder Evolved. Regardless though, it's still a very strong set in my opinion, and Tyranitar dipping is just a blip in the market, and it makes it a very, very good pickup in my opinion at $75. The second one on my list is Misty's Psyduck from Destined Rivals. Now, Destined Rivals singles, some of them have seen a little bit of a pullback. I think there's been, some elite trainer boxes coming more onto the market, so a bit more stock there. Europe has seen a booster box reprint, which has affected the price of some Destined Rivals, get it out, singles, and also the price of the sealed product over there, of course, the booster box. But Misty's Psyduck is a phenomenal looking card. It's got two fan favorites, a fan favorite trainer in Misty, and a fan favorite 151 Pokemon in Psyduck. At $68, a slight retraction in that, in my opinion, is going to present opportunities as soon as the market starts to correct itself. And I think after this summer slump, I suppose the question is, when will the market start to recover a little bit or correct itself? I think it'll be 30th anniversary. I think that'll bring so many more people back into the hobby. That summer slump, so to speak, will be over, and people will start spending a lot more money on Pokemon cards again. The third one on my list is Bulbasaur from Stellar Crown. $119. I think people will want this little trio. This will be a little Scarlet and Violet trio. You've got the Charmander from the Obsidian Flames Elite Trainer Box. You've got the Bulbasaur and the Squirtle from Stellar Crown, all featuring Pidgey inside there, which is a funny little decision when it comes to another Pokemon to be with them. But I think that little trio, people will want those as a trio of illustration rares. People will want those as a trio of illustration rares in a PSA 10. That's a good little setup there. So for that to pull back a little bit, and even if it hadn't pulled back a little bit, I would still suggest that they're good pickups regardless. I can see all three of those cards being minimum $150 chase cards raw. So even at $119 with not much retraction, I think it's a good pickup at that price. Fourth one on my list is Journey Together's Articuno. Now, Journey Together, it doesn't have the most hits, does it? There's not heaps inside there. You look at total set value, it's a smaller set, but it has one of the smallest total set values out of any of the Scarlet and Violet era sets. I think it's about on par with Obsidian Flame, sitting in the high 500s total set value, so quite low. To give you an idea, something like Paradox Rift and Temporal Forces are over double the total set value, although they're bigger sets, than Obsidian Flames and Journey together. So regardless though, Articuno, that is one of the original legendary birds. The artwork on that card is really nice. It has pulled back in price a little bit to nearly 20 bucks. Like, if that's not a good pickup, I don't know what is. You know, one of the legendary birds in a nice artwork, in an illustration rare for nearly 20 bucks. Like, that just screams no-brainer to me. I think that's a really, really good pickup. Number 5 on my list is Ninetales from Obsidian Flames at $43 US. This has pulled back a little bit, but is a beautiful, beautiful artwork. I always talk about the 3 things that come into play when it comes to a Pokemon card's value. That is its rarity, what Pokemon is in it, and how nice the artwork is. So if you've quite often got an original 151, you're halfway there when it comes to the Pokemon. If you've got the artwork that something like this Ninetales card has, beautiful, beautiful artwork. Obsidian Flames, you know, the amount of sealed product that's left on the market seems to be dwindling for Obsidian Flames. It's interesting because it's quite a weak set with quite a low total set value, but the sealed product is rising up in price, and that's because there's not a great deal of it left on the market. So Ninetales coming back to $43, in my opinion, is a great pickup. Well, there's the first 5. Let's jump into the next 5 in a second, but I did want to give a shout out to today's video sponsor, which is of course the Collector app. Before we do that, there'll be a link in the description to download it. You can check out my journey down in the content creators section. You can do anything and everything TCG related on this app. There's so many products. It's not just Pokemon. There's so many other TCGs. You can add in all your sealed and your singles, English, Japanese, etc. You can look at set analytics, you can look at total set values, you can look at the top hits inside the set, you can rank them. It shows you how your portfolio is performing. If you're an investor and you don't have this app, like, I think you're missing out on a trick there. And as a pro user, it unlocks so much more data, and there's some awesome giveaways to be done each month. So again, there'll be a link in the description for the Collector app. Right, the next 5. Number 6 on my list is Poliwhirl from 151. In fact, if you can see any of the 151 English cards getting a retraction in an illustration rare, and they're hovering around this, like this one's price, I've almost just picked this one as an example. Like, $51 US. It's not a dear card by any stretch of the imagination, but if any 151 singles illustration rares are retracted, I think they're good pickups. It's just a blip in the market for 151. It's gonna come back very, very strong. Think about when Japanese kept getting multiple reprints and the prices squashed on those, and look at the return to form some of those have had after time, given a little bit of time behind them. So I think anything 151 that's seen a retraction will go down well long term and be expensive, or more expensive than what they currently are. Number 7 on my list, I love this card. In fact, the more I look at Twilight Masquerade, the more I like the whole set. But Chansey from Twilight Masquerade, it's dropped down to $57 US. It has so many cool Pokemon inside there. There's a Psyduck in there, there's a Snorlax inside there. It's set inside a Pokemon Center. The artwork on this, and that's what you got to remember about illustration rares. The whole idea about illustration rares is setting the artwork, it's setting the theme for the card. It's setting the theme for the Pokemon to show them in their, you know, somewhat natural habitat or in the human's environment. It adds this extra feature to the card, which is really, really special. And I think this card at $57 in a retraction, I can't not see this card long term, and I am probably talking long term here, being at least a $75 or $80 US card. And some of the other Twilight Masquerade cards, that beautiful Eevee illustration rare, that's another one that I can see being quite an expensive chase card. I mean, it already is. It's already hovering around, what, $100 US or something. Same thing, I probably can't see that card not being a $150 US card moving into the future. Number 8 on my list is Ghastly from Temporal Forces. Now this is seeing quite the retraction. I think it got up to nearly $130 US. It's back down to nearly $100 US. The thing about this card which makes it super special, of course, is it's got the evolution line inside the card. And of course, anything that seems to feature Gengar, it's just, like, Gengar is just one of those fan favorite Pokemon. Like, there's also she's, I'm sure. They hold a very high market price. When Gengars hit the market as an illustration rare or a special illustration rare, or even in this form as a Ghastly, and him featuring on that card, it just adds weight to them. It's going to be an expensive card long term, in my opinion. Number 9 on my list is a base set card. Now, base set, of course, was the introduction of some new rarities throughout Scarlet and Violet. We, of course, got the first cards with silver borders, and I think that will add value and weight to these cards over the years. And I've chosen Drowsy here. It's currently $64 US. It did, during this shill period, drive all the way up to nearly $100 US when people seem to just be pumping the hell out of that card and buying up as many copies as they can to resell them. And then as they hit the market again, it did drop back down in price. We saw that with quite a few Scarlet and Violet illustration rares around 12 to 18 months ago. But, you know, I think some of the base set cards will have a special spot in history, and even base set in itself will have a little bit of a special spot in history because it's the first English Pokemon card set with silver borders. Now, personally, I still like the yellow borders. Maybe that's just because I grew up with those. Maybe it's because it's all I'd known for so long. But there's a little notch in history in Scarlet and Violet base's belt there that it is the first set in English to have silver borders to align with Japanese cards, and it was the first set to introduce us to illustration rares. And this Drowsy almost set the tone for that. It was this real piece of art, so to speak. And look, it isn't the best Pokemon, I'll give it that, but the artwork inside it, and this almost epitomizes the illustration rare concept in my mind. So I think it'll hover back up to a, you know, maybe $80, $90 US card and settle around there long term. So I think it's a good pickup in this dip at $64. And finally on my list, number 10, Groudon from Paradox Rift at $118 US. Now look, this hasn't pulled back much, but I think long term this will be a good card. Like, it'll just Kyogre. Look throughout history of Groudon and Kyogre chase cards, and tell me one that's super cheap. Like, they just don't exist. This will be an expensive card long term. Now, will it be a $300 card? Definitely not, in my opinion. Will it be a $120 card? I think that's being too soft on it. I think it might be a $150 to $200 US chase card raw long term. It's a beautiful artwork. It's got the right Pokemon inside it. It's got the right level of rarity. It's got all the pieces of the puzzle that I talk about to be an expensive chase card long term. Well, there you go. There's 10 illustration rares that I think you should buy up during the dip. Let me know in the comments down below, what's an illustration rare that you're buying up during the dip that you think will perform well. Thanks so much everyone for tuning in. Your support means a lot. I love having everyone as part of the community in the channel. So thanks again, and I'll catch everyone next time.